This can be the start of a vlog, right? I think so. I think it is. Why not? So it is a good thing that I already started this vlog because you guys, it came to the front door. I'm sure you saw my excitement. I'm so excited to open this box. Let's just open the box. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, first of all, I super appreciate the fact that the box is not overflowing with the crinkly, cutty confetti stuff that is gonna stain my floor or get everywhere and then I'm gonna have to vacuum. I also love the cute design within the box. Very cute. Alright, first we have, on top of everything, the spoiler card. This month was Greek mythology. I'm going to keep it out for myself because I made this mistake last time that I unboxed the Illumicrate Poppy War. I don't know what things are, so I'm just gonna keep it out and it's gonna help me. Okay, cute. Did you know food is infinitely more scrumplicious when you're in love? Scrumptious. There's an L in this. Can you see? It says scrumlumptious? Food is more scrumptious when you're in love. The lovely War, Julie Berry. Super cute. I do like wooden spoons in my kitchen, so usable. Nice. Okay. Alright, what do we got? Looks like a book sleeve. Cute. But in a solitary life, there are rare moments when another soul dips near yours as stars once a year brush the earth. Madeline Miller. It looks like this is from Circe? Yeah, so this is a quote from Circe by Madeline Miller. Super cute, super thick, really nice. Yeah, got a zipper. I really like it, really sweet. And on top of that, I have Circe to read. That's exciting. Okay, very cute. I like it. Aww. Cupid and Psyche. It's a trinket tray? Yes! Yes! Do you know how many trinkets I have, you guys? Yes! I love the Cupid and Psyche story. I really do. Oh, is it gonna... Oh! You guys! Okay, I truly thought that everything in this box was gonna be Nope, that's scissors. Leave it alone. I thought it was gonna be too stylized to be remind you of Greek mythology. But I'm really glad that it's not. Can you see that? Do you see how beautiful that is? Oh my god. I love that. That's gorgeous. So pretty. It has Fairyloot on the back, but cute little trinket tray. It's beautiful. I love it. All right. Fairyloot exclusive metal bookmark. Ooh. Exciting. I'm glad that they put it in a case. Protect the artwork. Wow, Mackenzie, you can't open paper? I can. I'm just nervous. I don't want to break anything, you guys. I've had too many packages that I tried to brute force open, and I ended up breaking them. So I'm just being as gentle as I possibly can here. Ooh, it's gold. Sweet little yarn ribbon. Can I excuse you? Ooh. Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's a little bent. Oh my god. You guys, this is Athena. I don't know if you can tell. I'll get better pictures. Oh my god, you guys. It's Athena done up in like traditional Greek mythology art, and then it has the owl on top, which was her, I guess like her animal representation, or the, God, what is it called? Oh my god, this is fucking gorgeous. Like, I know I don't cuss on my channel, but like, holy crap, this is amazingly beautiful. Is this just, like, this isn't from a book, right? Enriching your bookmark collection with this eye candy at Mono Limiart has done a spectacular job designing the enamel bookmark, which depicts Athena, goddess of war and wisdom. Yeah, this is straight up just an Athena bookmark. I'm living for that, actually. That's amazing. That's beautiful. I'm a little like, it's so beautiful. What do we got here? Ooh, a Medusa iron-on patch. That's cool. That's very exciting. Okay, I'm gonna be really frank with you guys right here, right now. I underestimated this box. I truly did. I was like, Greek mythology? How many books really do Greek mythology? They're just gonna, you know, do a few fandoms. This is great, you guys. This is good. This is amazing. All right. Cute. We have, it looks like Percy Jackson and the Olympians art. Let me see what it says. Wouldn't be complete without a Percy Jackson by Rick Riordan item. It is an art print. Perfectly hung above the wall. I believe this is Annabeth and Percy. Pretty positive. Super cute, super gorgeous. I really like the black, white, and gold or yellow. It doesn't have like the gold filigree or any kind of like sparkly gold. It is just yellow, but it is still really pretty. I'm excited to put that up. Cute. All right. Then we also have our two tarot cards. We have the Four of Wands and the Three of Wands. Who are on these tarot cards? These are inspired by the Wrath of the Dawn. Bum, ba, bum. I have not read that yet. Do I have that? No, I don't have that. I think Wrath of the Dawn, I'm not sure about that book. The art is beautiful, though. Super cute. Love it. Really interesting. What I want to know is, how well do the characters that they put on these tarot cards represent what the tarot cards themselves actually mean? Like, this girl, does she really represent the Four of Wands in its traditional sense? Or is she just pretty art for the artwork? That's what I want to know. But I have not read this book, so I have no idea. So you let me know. All right, and then I believe here's the book. I have not yet been spoiled, but I did make my guess a while back. I guessed that this book would be Lore by Alexandra Bracken. I'm pretty sure I'm correct. Let's see. Oh, we got things falling. Hunt or be hunted. Yeah, it's Lore. Ooh. Whoa. But that's gorgeous. Wow. That's really pretty. We do have edges. Very nice. It looks like it's just yellow. It's definitely not gold, but it is yellow all the way around, even though it just has the snakes right there. Wow. Ooh, hoo, 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 girl. I'm so glad I waited. It was really hard for me. It was really hard for me to wait to buy this book because, you know, Greek mythology is totally my thing, you guys. It's a gorgeous book. It's so pretty. The games have begun and she's playing for her life. I like that. I like having the quote on the side instead of the title. That's really interesting. So yes, I really just wanted to pick up the, and the artwork on the inside is gorgeous. Oh my god, it's beautiful. It's really been hard for me, let me get out this sentence before I look at anything else. It's been really hard for me to not buy Lore because I've been so excited about it, and I'm glad it's here. I'm glad it's this beautiful cover. Not that I didn't enjoy the original cover of Lore with Medusa's face on the front. I just think that this has more of like a looking back at Greek mythology kind of feel. Like you're in a museum looking at all of these statues of the history. That's what it feels like to me. Okay, this is absolutely freaking beautiful. Let's see. I love that the title is kind of chipping away like paint. And here's the quote from the side. Okay. They did give us a cute little bookmark for the theme of Greek mythology. That's cute. What is this? Oh, cute. The author's note. It has a print, an art print, and then the author's note on the back. Have you ever had a book that changed your world from the very first page? For me, that was I'm not gonna get it. A book of Greek myths. It was a gift from my mom when I was a very wee Alex, and her way of starting to introduce our Greek heritage to me. Oh, cute. The tales of the gods, heroes, and monsters instantly transported me, and it was thrilling to feel connected to them in some small way. Even at a young age, this part of me, how terribly women were treated in many of them, how cruelly they were punished for wanting more or expressing such ugly emotions as ambition, fear, or pride. I wanted to see them slay their own monsters, to venture out into a world on their own guess. I wanted to change their fates. It wasn't until recent years that I began to recognize the many ways I'd suppressed my own goals or anger, simply because that's what I believed society expected of me. Rather than a retelling, Lore is my take on a modern myth. One that sets the mythology's tragic darkness and drama in our modern world and comes at it in a feminist way. I've tried to pack it with all the things I love best: epic twists, romance, and friendships, new and old. And while yes, the gods are hunted and there's power and immortality to be had, this is really a story of hope and finding a way through the labyrinth of trauma. Girl, I really like this art piece, and if it wasn't for this art piece being absolutely gorgeous, I'd just stick this in the back of the book because it's really sweet to have that little note. I really like, I have realized that I like to read the author's notes and how they, come to be with their books. Super cute. Ooh, you guys, the way that page looks like marble, I love that. You guys, I was gonna read something else. Alright, so this is amazing, and I'm probably going to start reading this now. Okay. Alright, I have things to do. I'll check back in with you guys later. We'll do more vlog stuff. I'll probably read. I'm glad I got to unbox this with you guys. Super exciting. Very happy. Ready for the 100-page check-in. I got to page 98, so it's not exactly 100 pages, but it ended nicely on chapter 10, so I figured I'd give you a little update here because things are starting to actually get good, okay? So for a while, it was hard for me to relate to Lore, mainly because in the beginning, it's told almost like she's trying to force a mystery around the Aegon and around what happened to her family and around like who the people in her life are. So like people will come into the story and they have a name and she reacts to them like she knows who they are, but you don't know. The reader doesn't know. And I felt like for like maybe the first 30 to 40 pages it was like that, and it was hard for me to relate to Lore, to hook on to her character, and to kind of, I guess, care? Not in a bad way, but honestly, to care about her, because I knew nothing. And it was very much like, we're forcing a mystery right now, hang on. And then finally now I feel like I know everything that's going on. I know who all the characters are. I know who all the players are. I have a firm grasp on what the story's gonna be like. I have a few theories myself. It is very interesting because as soon as we come onto the scene, right, the first chapter is her, and she's fighting in like some back alley fight ring. And it's interesting because she is already just this very strong character. And it was funny for me. I had a moment of maybe check my own anti-feminine thoughts, because I was like, she really like already knows how to fight and everything. But then I was like, well, if she was a guy, would I have thought any different? And the answer is no. I guess really what I'm kind of having a unique experience with, or an experience that I haven't had in a while. This takes place in New York. And so it very much has a contemporary setting with this magical, fantastical element happening within that setting. And the last time I feel like I had something like that happen was, the Mortal Instruments series, City of Bones and City of Ash and all of that. That was the last where it was like set in a city and, you know, we did magical stuff around it. And then Cassandra Clare's older books are historical for me, and I didn't live in that time period, so even more so I can adapt a fantasy element or a fantasy sheen over it. But for this, it's very much a contemporary setting, and magic is happening around it, and so I'm having a fun time going between like, oh, okay, we're just at her brownstone, and this is just a house, and now we're at a mansion, and there's like a god inside, you know? It's very unique. I'm really interested. I'm more engaged with reading it now. I did have a little bit of a moment where I was reading like around page 30 where I was like, I don't know if I want this right now. I don't know if this is gonna be good, but so far so good. Like I said, I'm on chapter 10. We had a little bit, I thought it was cute. There was in between chapters, there was a 10 years previously, and that kind of filled you in on a lot of the gaps. There's trigger warnings. There's no trigger warnings written in the book, but I would say trigger warning for child abuse and kind of like cult-ish mentalities, arranged marriage. I don't know if that's a trigger warning, but it made me feel icky. So the women are children, the girls are children, and they're arranging marriages with them with men. So but after, it's a lot. Trigger warnings, a little rough. It's nothing like on page it's written, but they're implying those things are happening. And it is a little rough to read, to be confronted with and not know that was happening. However, I'm pushing forward because I am enjoying the plot, and like I said, nothing is on page gratuitous, and as long as the characters that we're supposed to be following can say on page, I am against this system and I'm going to be working against this system, I feel okay about saying that it has happened or is happening, because it's not gratuitous on page and my main characters are working against it. And to be quite frank, bad things happen in real life too, and it's horrible that those things happen, but we should not ignore that those things are happening. We should be working against those things happening in the future. So that's what my characters are doing. I'm really happy with the way the characters are progressing and the way I'm getting closer to them. Really good. Really loving the tone, really loving the vibe. Can't wait to continue. I have a few other videos to record today, so I'm going to do that, and then we're going to read more, okay? Good morning, you guys. Alright, we're here. We're finishing this today. Alright, so I read halfway. Hang on, let me find it. Let me find my notes. So I've read halfway already. I've got some notes here. So parts 1 and 2. Okay, let's see. I am really enjoying the plot and its development, and I'm also really enjoying the characters. They feel like real people. Like, the development on these characters is so real. Like, a lot of the times when there's dialogue or these people are in a group of room, what? This group of friends is in a room and you're listening and it's like, I can just read this room. Everyone's acting exactly in character. Like, it makes sense. Everything is making sense. Really love how there is never an opportunity for Lore and her friends to fight the patriarchy. It also seems as if they're trying to make a connection between, like, the patriarchy, and not even just like the patriarchy, but this idea, this toxic masculinity that says that women can only be one thing, that they can only serve men, that they are only here to be bred and to not have a choice. And they're really trying to tie that idea into, that's a cult. It's a cult-like mentality, because they're really, the way that the author talks about Lore getting out of the hunt and feeling this draw back to it to save these people who are in it, and then all of these other people who want to be out of the hunt as well. And you're just like, what? It feels more cult-like than I'm not sure if the author intended it to feel as cult-like as I'm picking it up as, but the aversion to that whole system is very much there. Alright, this is what I wanted to read you. And this is the line where I was like, oh, everyone feels this way about this system, this cult-like, it really kind of drove home this, like, cult-like mentality, and, like, where you feel like you can't get out, you know? Like, it's an oppressive system. So, you know, some people get so used to looking out at life from the edge of their cage that they stop seeing the bars. I've never forgotten them. I've just learned how to live inside my own terms. It's very interesting, and it's just very heartbreaking to see so many of these characters feel like they are living inside of a cage, unable to break free. And I'm saddened, but I'm also interested, and I want to know where this is gonna go. Okay, so we have the whole day for this book and us and me and you, so let's just get reading. Middle check-in. My next check-in wasn't supposed to be until like the last 50 pages, but every time that I get an answer to one of the mysteries that has been almost haphazardly thrown into the story, you get another mystery. And what I'm talking about is, it's not like this mystery has naturally developed. It is Lore keeping stuff from the reader. This story is told in third person. However, Lore is still an unreliable narrator. Like, whenever Lore is talking to her friends or we're inside her mind, she's shielding information from us, which is frustrating. And it's very frustrating, because I don't mind necessarily if that's happening, but I want to then be distracted by other things. Because if you're not distracting me with other things, then all I'm thinking about is the 4 or 5 mysteries that still haven't been answered, and there's only like 200 pages left. So, if you want to haphazardly throw mystery in, you must distract. And I don't feel like there is, like, enough distraction going on, at least in regards to, like, atmosphere or, like, the world, because there's not too much world building, right? Because it's a contemporary setting. We're set in New York. I don't need you to build up what New York looks like. I know what New York looks like in the general sense, so I don't need you to build up a town, but what I need more so is the world and the hunt that they're in. But because that's the mystery you want to wait until the end, I guess, to reveal, I'm stuck with just holding all of these mysteries for you until you, like, one at a time, let me know, hey, this is what I meant. And it's really just a clarification. It's not even like it's a mystery. It's a clarification on information that wasn't fully divulged. So it is a little bit frustrating in that sense. Not so much so to where I'm hating it, but it is something that I frequently think about, is how many mysteries we still have at this point, and how they keep adding on. They just keep on adding. So I have a list. I have a list of mysteries. I didn't hate the ending. I am just confused by the ending. So, I guess I'm gonna give some unspoiler thoughts first, and then I want to talk a little bit about the ending and a little bit about spoilers. But I'll let you know on the screen when it's time to click ahead if you don't want to see that part. For non-spoilers, I'm thinking that this book was really good. I think it lacked a little bit in atmosphere, a little bit of intrigue as well, because I felt like there was too much forced mystery, and I felt like what should have been mysterious in their reveals were a little bit predictable. But the other forced mysteries weren't as intriguing as what the plot mysteries should have been, if you catch my drift. I felt like the other bits definitely made up for it. The characters were really good. I felt like the overall theme and tone, and the fighting the patriarchy and fighting old myths as well, and the inherent women hating of the old myths and of some cults also. It was very, very interesting to read that, and it's also interesting to read about someone who is so deeply entrenched in a belief or a society, and they want out, but they also are struggling with themselves of wanting to still feel like they belong there. A big quote and a big reoccurring theme in this is, "The feather that falls from the wing is not lost, but free." And that's something that Lore likes to say to herself, but I think she also struggles with it a lot. And so it was really sweet and nice and heartfelt and really emotional to kind of get into all of that. It did lack some things, but it made up for it in other areas, and because of my overall enjoyment, I'm gonna bump this from a 3.5 to a 4. Better than the Percy Jackson, the last two of the Percy Jackson, if you kind of want to measure those out between each other, but I do feel like the other aspects of the story that I want to get into now, spoilery, kind of brought it down. So, spoiler warning, it's going to be on the screen until I'm done talking about spoilers. So that ending, I'm confused. I'm not upset that her and Castor are gods. I'm not upset that Athena sacrificed herself for Lore. And I'm also not upset that that is how the gods win the hunt. That's how I guessed that they won the hunt, because they kept saying throughout the whole book that Castor was a sickly 12-year-old boy and he was dying from leukemia, and how could he have killed a god? Well, probably because Apollo, who is like a healer first and foremost, and then also like a prophecy. you know, he does the prophecies and stuff. So maybe him seeing this poor sickly child would have been like, well, why don't you take my life because you're dying, you know? And that's also a very unselfish thing for God to do, and how would they even ever get back to their immortal life doing that? So that was the theory that I had going for this in the first place, but what I am upset about is, like, literally the ending. Hang on. Lauren Castor, it's like the end of the hunt, right? And they're not sure what's gonna happen to them, right? They're not sure if they, like, dissipate or whatever. Castor seems to think that they're gonna dissipate because it was the last Aegon. I think it's the Aegon. I haven't been calling it the Aegon because I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. But it was the last Aegon that Castor killed Apollo. So that means that everything happens the same. The hunt continues for the last of the gods and the other remaining people gods. Castor dissipated or became an ethereal corporeal form and didn't have a physical form, but also wasn't allowed to go up to Mount Olympus. So, like, why does Castor and Lore believe now that there are no remaining original true gods, that this is the end of the hunt? Why do they think that necessarily? They think it's the end of the Aegon, and they also think that they're gonna have to go up to Olympus. And why? Why do you think that? Do you think that because that you're gods now, and because the end of the Aegon means all of the gods go back up to Olympus? But why do you think the Aegon is over? Because there are no more remaining immortal gods, but you guys are supposed to be the gods. So, like, what? And then Laura's like, I fully believe we're about to go off into Olympus and be corporeal godly forms right now, and I'm gonna pray to Zeus and ask, no, please let's just be here on Earth. And she believes that he grants that for her. Why? Why? And are they still gods? Like, hang on, wait. I don't think they're gods anymore. Yeah, so Zeus takes their power, their godly powers away, right? And so I'm wondering why. Does Zeus believe that all of the gods, all of the original gods, had to be dead in order for the hunt to end, and then he'd take the godly powers away from the humans? Did he believe that? Or is he just like, yeah, 'cause Lore wants it, we'll do it? And, like, I don't feel like the hunt or the Aegon or the rules or any of it was spelled out enough for me to be okay with this ending. Even the last, so they even hunt down the last lines of the poem, right? They don't tell me anything. They don't explain that this is gonna happen. And it also, does the hunt end for the gods in totality, or does it end for the gods individually? Because to me, it seems that Apollo got out of the hunt last hunt 7 years ago. And if that's the case, then how come Cass now throughout this hunt had his godly powers? Why didn't Zeus take the godly powers away from Cass at the beginning 7 years ago? I'm confused. I'm not really upset with how we got here. I'm upset that I'm still confused. I'm upset that I don't have the answers I feel like I should have at this point. That it is the end, there's no more books, this is a standalone, and the Aegon was never fully explained to me. And I was distracted with meaningless mysteries about people's moms and where Hermes might have been. And the end. So, final thoughts. I feel like everything that I just discussed in the spoiler section doesn't have enough weight, and it doesn't make me as angry as some previous endings have, that I can be like, yeah, I'm just gonna lower that rating for sure. Because the rest of it was really, really good, and I did enjoy it, and I did, like I said, enjoy the tone and the theme of everything else that was going on. So, I'm not that upset. We're gonna give it a 4-star. So I really like this style of vlog where I get to show you all the things that came in the box and kind of like show you how I'm going to use them, or I do use them in my daily life, and then read the book. I think it's an interesting, fun way to show you a little bit of what I'm reading throughout the month without showing you everything I'm reading throughout the month. Let me know what you guys thought of this style of video. Right, so that's the video. I hope you enjoyed, I hope you had a good time, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!